Pick a spot and start your build off. To kick the build off, place 4 building blocks on the ground just like that, then carry them up a little bit. To kick the build off, place 4 building blocks on the ground just like that, then carry them up a little bit more. With a temporary block, place one right there, and stand on the other side. The zombie should follow you up, and because of the trapdoor, jump and fall right. Break the trapdoor. After the trapdoor is gone, go ahead and place one more permanent. Then go ahead and break the trapdoor. Be the single thing open, and then behind the trapdoor, place 1 or 2 more extra temporary blocks around until you can find a zombie. Over the trapdoor, right down. Place a block right there. The trapdoor is gone. Go time. With that step good and done, the rest of today's build. Go ahead and use any building block that you would. Netherrack technique. perfectly good, but wood, oak planks, no way. In the daytime, with a couple blocks changed, I now have something that looks like this. You don't technically need the glass, I just like it for aesthetics. We're gonna go ahead and pick a side of the farm and fill the corner blocks in all the way. When we fill those in all the way, on the third block up in the air, we're gonna place 3 staircases like that. This is now going to be the front of our farm. Onto the other side of the farm, we'll go ahead and build this block up, this block up, this block, and this block. But we're actually going to go ahead and leave this block empty and that block empty. Eventually, we'll be pulling this block out as well, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Hey, wait, that bit that I said about the staircases, ignore that. These are just going to be solid blocks. Next up, on the side opposite the staircases, three building blocks like that, 3 building blocks like that, and 3 more building blocks just like that. After that, even more building blocks, and make those walls 2 blocks tall. And one more time, go ahead and make those walls 3 blocks tall. There's a spot right here. That is kind of open, go ahead and fill that in with something, and then the block right above it, go ahead and fill that in as well. Now we want to keep this farm symmetrical, so on the other side, a building block and a building block. Now over here on our farm, we're actually going to come back in and remove this block and this block that we just placed in. We're going to put a trap door right there like that, and then we're going to jump over to the inside of the farm, place a trap door, and flip it open. Like that. Now, keeping things symmetrical, that means we rotate over to the other side, remove that block, place a trap door, remove that, place a trap door, and flip it open. Now, this spot right here is going to be my villager cell. I need 3 things inside of this villager cell. First up, I'm going to need 3 beds. Place 3 beds. Place another workstation right there. Well, if you didn't ignore it, replace those staircases with solid blocks. The staircases actually need to go 1 block above where I set them a minute ago. After that, right behind the staircases, we're going to go ahead and use any building block that still does not burn and build a roof over this thing that hangs 1 block off of the back. Next up, let's go ahead and start setting up the iron golem. Golem Remover 3000. On the front of the farm, lined up 3 blocks away, place a double chest in the ground. This chest is going to fill up pretty quick though. You might need to consider adding more chests if you're going to use this farm long term. That or just pull the iron out of the farm. Now in between the chests and the farm, we need a 3x3 of hoppers. Make sure you link all of your hoppers together so the materials end up inside of the chest. Next up, it's wall time. And over here at the back of the farm, we'll place a wall, remove a wall just like that. Now using even more walls, we will build walls all the way along the side of this farm, up 1 block diagonally off of it. We're going to take these walls all the way to the staircase, 1 block past, and then drop them down. They're going to go down almost to the ground, but not all the way. Then these walls are going to continue out and wrap all the way around the farm. These walls are basically going to keep iron golems that will eventually spawn up on top of this farm inside of this farm. Slabs. For this design, we're going to need a slab placed right there. And then on the other side, we're going to want to place a slab right there. Now, if you want to be extra cautious, you could go ahead and place another slab there, and there, and then same thing on the other side, just to make sure iron golems don't ever glitch, but technically you don't have to. And back over on the front of this farm, with any sign type in the world, doesn't matter, it's sign time. In the middle, on top of this hopper, we're gonna crouch and place a sign. After that, on this block right there, even with lava time, very carefully on the top of this middle sign right there, place your lava bucket, and if you have signs all the way around it, the lava will stay contained and floating like that. Next up, before we start the farm, we need a way to control where the iron golems spawn. To do that, with a shovel, count 8 blocks out and turn all of those blocks into paths from the middle back of the farm. From the middle side wall, with a shovel again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, with path blocks, link it up. Go ahead and smooth that hill out. Farm is just about done. If you're not adding the crafter compactor, go ahead and skip to the time that's on screen right now to see how to activate the farm. On the other hand, crafter condenser magic, here we go. So back over to the front of the farm, where this double chest is hanging out, we're gonna need to clear out some blocks. Place a hopper going into the side of the block right there. Then go ahead and actually remove that block and dig down a couple more blocks and place another hopper going forward into that block. Removing a couple more blocks, some of which that we will come back in a second and put back. Let's place a building block right there, a building block right there, a building block right there, and then clear this out a little bit more. We're gonna place another building block right there, a building block down there if there's not already one, and one final building block right there. Now on the side of this bottom building block, redstone torch. In this area right here, going towards the redstone torch, redstone repeater. Redstone dust, redstone dust, redstone dust. Last but not least, redstone comparator, facing away from the hopper. This hopper should be facing into the comparator right now. And now it's time for the star of the show, the brand new 1.21 crafter. We're gonna dig that block out where this hopper was facing forward and place a crafter facing up. Right above that crafter, we'll place a chest. Now over on the other side of the farm, kind of like we did on that side, we're gonna clear out some blocks for our redstone wizard. We're gonna kick everything off over here with a comparator coming out of the crafter. And then we're gonna punch that comparator one time so that little torch thing is on. We'll place a solid block right there. We'll place a redstone dust right there. This hopper should be down there if there's nothing already and put back. Let's remove that block and dig down a couple going into the side of the block right there. Then go ahead and actually remove that block. Dig down a couple more blocks and place another hopper going forward into that block. Removing a couple more blocks, some of which that we will come back in a second and put back. Let's place a building block right there, a building block right there, a building block right there, and then clear this out a little bit more. We're gonna place another building block right there, a building block down there if there's not already one, and one final building block right there. Away from the hopper. This hopper, last but not least, redstone comparator facing away from the hopper. This hopper should be facing into the comparator right now. And now it's time. Redstone dust, torch, redstone repeater, redstone dust, redstone dust, redstone dust. Last but not least, redstone comparator facing away from the hopper. This hopper should be facing into the comparator right now. And now it's time for the star of the show, the brand new 1.21 crafter. We're going to dig that block out where this hopper was facing forward and place a crafter facing up. Right above that crafter, we'll place a chest. Now over on the other side of the farm, kind of like we did on that side, we're going to clear out some blocks for our redstone wizardry. We're going to kick everything off over here with a comparator coming out of the crafter. And then we're going to punch that comparator one time so that little torch thing is on. We'll place a solid block right there. We'll place a redstone dust right there. Then we'll place a repeater right there. This repeater needs to go into a solid block right next to the crafter. Now to lock this thing so it will not just instantly start crafting, say, iron nuggets, we'll place a composter over there and then fill it with something. We need to fill the composter all the way until we get to the top with the little bone meal specks. Rotate around and place a comparator, smashing straight into the side of that other one coming out of the crafter. And now to make all of this actually work, up here we actually set up an item filter inside of the top hopper, the one that's now to make all of this actually work, up smashing straight into the side of that other one coming out of the crafter. And now to make all of this actually work, up here we actually set up an item filter inside of the top hopper, the one that's facing into the comparator. Place 44 random blocks that will never come from this farm. These random blocks in here are essentially going to be the filter blocks. never come from this farm. Into the comparator, place 44 item filter inside of the crafter. And now to make all of this actually work, up here we actually set up an item filter. Filter. Inside of the top hopper, the one that's facing into the comparator, place 44 random blocks that will never come from this farm. These random blocks in here are essentially going to be the filter blocks. Absolutely not iron, absolutely not poppers. With our 44 blocks placed inside of the hopper just like that, slide back into this top chest, and if I load a little bit of iron into this thing, it's going to start filtering through this whole system. If I check out the crafter right here, it's slowly filling up, and then every time it fills up, it actually is crafting an iron block and condensing it, straight down into an iron block. The pickup chest for the iron blocks is going to to be the one right above the crafter. For all of your poppies, they'll be inside of the double chest. Now, if you don't have iron to load into this filter quite yet, for all of your poppies, they'll be inside of the double chest. Now, if you don't have iron to load into this filter quite yet, it's no big deal. That's fine. Once the farm starts running, you might have to just swap some poppies out of it, but eventually you'll have iron to put into the filter itself. All right, now before we do anything else, we need to go ahead and come back into this farm and replace these blocks in here so we don't have iron golems spawning down below this farm. We are technically fully done with all of this redstone, so any block that doesn't have redstone, absolutely don't cut off that line though, but any block that doesn't have redstone, go ahead and fill it back in. Once you fill everything in and close it all off, you'll end up with something that looks like this. Iron blocks in the front, poppies in the back. Alright, and so, it's time to activate the farm. And for iron golems to spawn, we need 3 villagers to see a zombie and freak out. The villagers also need to be able to sleep from time to time. To allow them to sleep, no big deal. We've got the beds inside of this thing. To scare them with a zombie, open one of the trapdoors, remove this block right there, and the villagers will now be able to see the zombie and start panicking. Make sure you close that trapdoor back. Now, at this point in the farm, with everything set up right here, all we really need to do is wait for nighttime. Every single one of these villagers needs to be able to jump into its bed, even if it's just for a quick second. Once each villager has had even just a brief second to jump into a bed and sleep, well, pretty much right after that, an iron golem should spawn up on top of the platform, slowly be pushed down into the lava thanks to the water, and I mean, there you go. You've got your iron farm. Let this iron farm run for a little bit of time, and before too long, you'll have blocks on blocks of iron, and as a small bonus, maybe a little bit of poppies as well. And so, your Minecraft 1.21 iron farm.